Question number 12, Denise Roche.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Immigration and asks, will he double the refugee quota?
The Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Mr Speaker, the Government is reviewing New Zealand's refugee quota, and the Minister of Foreign Affairs and I will be taking a recommendation to Cabinet shortly in time for the new 3-year quota to come into effect on the 1st of July. I would point out the Government has already made a commitment to accept an additional 600 Syrian refugees over 2.5 years outside New Zealand's normal refugee quota.
Supplementary question, Denise Roche.
Will he then listen to the 20,000 New Zealanders who signed a petition to double the quota and actually double the quota?
Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Mr Speaker, I have been listening very carefully to a wide range of views on the question of what New Zealand's response in the refugee area should be, and they will inform the recommendations that go to Cabinet.
Very thoughtful.
Supplementary question, Denise Roche.
Will he take up the offer of church leaders and other community organisations who are willing to assist with refugee settlement so that New Zealand can immediately increase our quota?
The Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Mr Speaker, I've been very encouraged by the offers of support and community engagement with the Syrian community, in particular in my home city of Dunedin, which will be the next refugee location. The issues of community sponsorship is something that is being taken into account in the next quota period.
Supplementary question, Denise Roche.
Should Kiwis be proud of this government's refugee record when New Zealand has slipped to 90th in the world per capita for refugees accepted during the biggest humanitarian crisis since World War II?
The Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Well, Mr Speaker, the primary question is about refugee quota, so it's a little disingenuous for the member to then talk about New Zealand being 90th in accepting all refugees. They are different things. New Zealand is one of only, I think, 21 countries that takes quota refugees and ranks 7th in the world on a per capita basis, and I think we can be proud of that.
That's almost misleading.
Supplementary.
Order. Supplementary question, Denise Roche.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Does he care that thousands of women, men and children are fleeing from their homes every single day because of war, while he pussyfoots around with his 3-yearly quota review? And why is he keeping those people waiting?
The Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Mr Speaker, in rejecting the accusations of pussyfooting around, I would remind the member that there are a number of ways that countries can support the many millions of people around the world displaced by war and conflict, and New Zealand has contributed significant amounts of money into some of those areas, including southern Turkey, where we are building schools and providing other support both through the UNHCR and directly.
It's really good what we do.
And that concludes questions for oral answer.